Hey guys, it's Rob with Project Tech Gaming, and I'm joined by Kelvin from Project Tech Gaming. How's it going, man?
What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
I'm good. What are we going to be talking about today in this video?
Well, because of the positive reaction we got from our previous video about the Halo limited editions, we're actually going to be talking about PlayStation's limited edition consoles, specifically PlayStation 4.
So there's a ton of consoles that they came out with, like limited edition ones. Let's just run through the list of them. Let's just jump in.
Let's do it.
And guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and smash that sub button for us and leave us a like if you like the content. And let's jump in. All right. Number 1 on our list is the Black Ops 3 PS4. What do you think of this? We're off the jump.
Very uninspired, in my opinion, right? I mean, I just don't think they did anything to really make it stand out. I don't know. What do you think?
I think so too. I think they just took the 3 from Call of Duty, like the 3 from Black Ops 3, and just like, let's put it on our console. And that's pretty much it. And I just don't think the orange doesn't really go well with the black, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it really is just truly uninspired. And I believe this was one of the first limited edition consoles at the time when PS4 first released.
I mean, I just don't think they really put a lot of effort into this, right? I think they put more effort in the controller than the actual console.
What do you think of the controller?
As far as, I think it looks better than the console, right? I mean, it just looks, not that it did anything much better, right? Honestly, like they just kind of changed a little bit of the color scheme, but besides that, it's just kind of basic in my opinion.
All right, yeah. So this one, we're gonna chalk this one up as an L, right? As far as the consoles go.
Yeah. So are we breaking these into like tiers? Like, what are we doing as far as like rating these?
I would say we'll do that. We'll do tiers. We'll like just shout them out. I'm gonna say right off the jump F tier. Like, this is bad.
Yeah, this is bad. Yeah.
But
the
next one, let's move on to number 2. Call of Duty World at War, or World War II PS4 Slim, was released November 2017. Okay. Go. Just go.
This is just, we'll talk about uninspired, right? Like, this is completely just, let's just slap a camo on top of a PS4 and call it a day.
I'm not even sure. Is it a paint job or is it just a sticker? Because
I will say this.
All right.
I'm not looking at it right now. It's not your average camouflage theme. If you look closely, the camos are actually PS4 controllers. So that's kind of cool.
I see that. Okay. Now looking at it, I see what you're saying, that some of it are PS4 controllers. Not all of it. Like the green parts of it are. Or there's some black in there. I do like the controller color because I'm a big fan of that olive green. But that's those are the only 2 redeeming qualities about this console, is the fact that the controllers, that olive green, and the PS4 controller on the paint job itself.
It's just not doing it for me. I mean, it, again, uninspired. Like, what's going on here?
We're gonna give this one a
F.
F tier, right?
Too.
Yeah, F tier. All right. Next one is the Star Wars Disney Infinity 3.0 console. Your thoughts?
Better, right? It looks like let's slap something that is familiar to people and slap it on a PS4 and call it a day, right? Like, some more thought process came into this, but me not being a Star Wars fan anyways, it doesn't do anything for me. It does look cool regardless, right? But I like the controller. The controller looks kind of cool. I like the color scheme, and I like the circle button having like the red color scheme on it. Like, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think they again, a little uninspired because it looks like they just kind of slapped Darth Vader on like a sticker of him right on there. I do like the Star Wars in the background, if you can see it there.
Oh, that's right. I didn't notice that. That's pretty cool.
There's some Star Wars back there, which is really cool. The controller, I wish it was a little less shiny. It looks like it would be a fingerprint magnet. But the red is cool. Definitely better than the other 2, for sure.
Yeah,
right?
And I think they could have went with a better Darth Vader image. I feel like it just looks kind of like a image you would look at on Google and just kind of slap it on. It looks custom made from somewhere, like a third party,
Right, it's plain. It's very plain.
Yeah.
I'm thinking D tier for this one. Not
D tier for sure.
Not F, because it's
no,
better.
It's not that bad. It's definitely an improvement between the last 2, but it still needs some work for sure.
Right. I think the controller is really saving it here.
Yeah,
for sure. All right. Next, we have the Star Wars Battlefront 2 PS4 Pro. How we feel with this one?
I'm interested in your thoughts because I don't know what those symbols mean. So I don't know if you know what they mean or what's going on there.
I'm not crazy into Star Wars. Like I definitely watch it, but I'm not really well versed in the lore of it. I think this has something to do with like the rebels.
Okay.
A rebel symbol or something like that. I think it's the rebel symbol and the Empire symbol.
Gotcha.
Is on there. So this to me, if I didn't know what I was looking at, I wouldn't know what I was looking at, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that's me. That's 100% me. I'm like, okay, I can see it being cool to some people that actually enjoy Star Wars.
Right.
But yeah, this is another probably maybe D tier for me, just because I can see it being cool to those that enjoy Star Wars, but this one it's not doing it for me either. I don't know. I just the symbols don't look cool to me. Not being a Star Wars fan, and then just having Star Wars plastered in the front of the PlayStation 4, just kind of doesn't do much for me either.
Do you think the Darth Vader one's better?
I think so, in my opinion. Yeah.
Okay.
If I don't know anything about Star Wars, I'm like, oh, that's a cool guy. Like he looks kind of cool, and the color scheme of the controller looks pretty cool too. So I'd say that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do like, if you can look on the controller, it does have little Star Wars, like on the touchpad. I don't know if you can see that on the picture there.
Oh, that's right. See, the details, man. You're good. You got the eyes for it, man.
Just saying. And then I like how it has the Imperial symbol on one side of the controller and the Rebel symbol on the other side. I think that's kind of cool. But I just think this one's a little on the more uninspired side. But the controller, again, these controllers are saving graces.
Yeah, I think so. This basically is telling us that there's been a lot of rubbish like limited edition consoles for PS4 in the past, right? I'm hoping it gets better from here, but there's a lot of just like kind of consoles in the past, right?
Right. All right, let's move on. Next one. Batman Arkham Knight, normal PS4. What are we thinking?
Fire. I think it looks dope. The color scheme.
Wow. Okay.
The color scheme is cool, right? I like this the silver kind of like it's strong, and then on the bottom it has like that like almost glittery look to it, and then you have like the shadow, I guess let's call it.
Right.
And it looks cool. It just looks cool, and then like the bat symbol with it, and then the name. It just kind of like draws my attention for sure.
No, I definitely hear you on that. I like the silver a lot. I think it's an interesting color. I think it's a good color choice for this generation of PS4, the first generation of it, just because of it really, you can really see the shape of it, right?
Yeah.
Again, silver is a very like appealing color. Mm-hmm. The only thing I'm confused about though is they went with silver for Batman.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew it. What you're gonna say basically is it doesn't scream Batman to you, right?
Right. Other than the fact that like they slapped a picture of Batman on the top of it, then yeah. I'm like, but it does not scream Batman to me.
I hear you.
The color is really cool here. It's very simple, understated. It's a cool console. I'm putting this one up in the C tier.
I agree. I think C tier fits it well. Again, what I was trying to say was silhouette. The silhouette of Batman makes it look kind of cool.
Right.
But so yeah, I agree. It doesn't kind of scream Batman or Dark Knight or anything like that, but it just has a cool aesthetic to it, and I think everyone knows who Batman is. You can definitely see just based off of the silhouette. So I don't think it needs to like scream Batman. If it was a black with the white on top, kind of showing the silhouette, I think would be kind of cool too. But this is definitely a huge improvement compared to the last two or the last three, right?
Yeah, 100%. I would say the only downfall of this one is the controller. The controller is a little inspired. It's just silver, where the other ones integrated some kind of pieces of the skin on the controller
of the
itself.
theme. Mm-hmm.
But let's move on.
Not bad though.
No. Last of Us 2.
Ooh, okay.
PS4 Pro.
Very simplistic, right? I like, if I'm not mistaken, this is engraved on the PS4, right?
It looks like it's engraved.
If that's the case, then I'm cool. I'm cool with that. If that's the case,
is it Ellie's tattoo?
Yes, I think. I'm like 95% sure.
Me too. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm not crazy about this one.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's engraved does enhance the coolness feature of it.
Yeah, it does. it does scream like premium almost in my eyes, and I think that it's cool that the controller has that same at least tattoo on it as well. So it just kind of it kind of flows nicely with the controller. Other than that, what do you think about the color? It's kind of like this dark green that is uninspiring, right?
It's kind of plain. Yeah, it's kind of plain. And I think if they would have went with a different color scheme, I think it would have made it stand out a little more. Again, this is kind of plain, and I'm having trouble of where I want to place this one. I'm thinking C.
I'm thinking C too. Yeah.
But it's very close to D for me, just because, again, it's that engraved thing for me that I'm like, that's cool. Bump it up.
You know what? Looking at it, I might have to bring it down to D. Honestly, it's right there where it could be C because of the engraving, but that's all it has for it. Like, it doesn't have anything that really stands out, and it's kind of similar to the the Black Ops 3 one, right? Where they just kind of slapped like kind of like a logo on it and then just called it a day. This one is Ellie's tattoo, so it's just kind of like, all right, it doesn't do anything different, you know. And I mean, it doesn't have to, but at the same time, if I'm a consumer and I want to purchase something like this, like I would want to have a cool console to go along with it, and this one doesn't really do anything for me, you know. Like, I think the black, like the OG black console just looks fine if that's the case, you know.
Right, exactly. There's no reason to spend an extra $100 to get this thing.
Right.
It was. So yeah, I'll agree. I'll go with you. D. I'll bump
D.
it down. It's a D. All right. Moving on. Final Fantasy 15. Now we're kind of getting somewhere here.
All right. A little spicy. Getting a little spicy.
All right. I'll let you take the reins on this one. What are you thinking?
All right. So I don't know if is this just a theme for PlayStation, like where they just kind of slap like a logo and then just change the color and that's it? Like, I'm getting really uninspired like vibes here for some reason. But yeah, it to me, again, it's one of those uninspiring. I think it looks cool just because it's black and it has like the symbol for Final Fantasy 15. But other than that, what is it doing? Like, it doesn't have anything that really screams Final Fantasy, one. And two, it just...
What are you talking about? It has Final Fantasy 15 right in front of it. It just says 15.
Touche, yeah. It just doesn't do anything else besides like slap the name of the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it just does. And plus, honestly, I don't like first of all, I don't like the look of the PlayStation 4 itself. Like that PlayStation 4,
the slim,
just doesn't, like the slim one just doesn't do much for me, to be honest.
I do like the little detail on the bottom left. It says 15 in like white underneath where I do like that. I think that's a cool little feature.
And I think that's engraved too, if I'm not, like a little kind of like engraved into the console. It's not like a sticker or anything like that.
Right. And again, this is one of the ones where like it's not bad. It's not great. It just is kind of the moon with the logo slapped on it. Again, I'm probably going to stick this one probably. If we gave The Last of Us 2 one in the D range, I feel like we have to stick this one down with it because there's no way this beats that.
There's no way. I agree. Yeah. And what do you think of the controller? Like, what is that?
It's just meh. Yeah. It's just
you know what I mean? Like,
it's just like, okay, it's a grayish black controller with 15 on the side.
Yeah.
Like, you saw what the Star Wars one did, right? With Darth Vader and how cool that was. Whereas this was just like, all right, 15 done. Call it a day.
Yeah. Very uninspiring. Again, I think D tier is where it stays for sure.
Okay. All right. Let's move on. Next one. Monster Hunter World.
All right. This is getting a little better, right? Like, this is, in my opinion, this looks dope. I don't play Monster Hunter, but it's like a cool dragon. Like, you know, it's a dragon. You see like the fire, like the color of the fire of the flames coming out of its mouth.
Right.
That's cool. And then the symbols in the front.
This is what cool. Final Fantasy 15 could have done. Something like this. 100%. They could have had one of the summons on the thing, and or they could have had Noctis or something just like on the cover of it, like in a cool pose or something like that. But again, this is a good job, right? I like the little symbols on the middle of it. I think that's a really cool feature. And then let's talk about the controller. How
my
sick
God.
is that? I don't know what's going on, but it looks
I don't know
really
what's going on, but I love the color of it. It's like a
Right.
darker, like kind of like a burnt red, and it has some vine looking things coming down from the arms, and it looks cool. Like it looks really dope. I like
yeah.
it.
And I do like the attention to detail where the directional pad, the little arrows are actually gold.
Gold. Yeah,
I think that's cool.
That's pretty dope.
And again, it complements the console very well because it has a little bit of that red and has a little bit of that gold. The controller just enhances. I think
Where do you
I'm
put
debating
this?
C or B. I think I'm gonna give this one a B.
I think B. I think
Yeah.
a B for sure
I
because
wouldn't-
they went the extra mile to add those symbols in the front, and then just a little hint of that red on the PS4 makes it. I think, in my opinion.
Like, I think if they would have just slapped the dragon on it and that's it, I think this would have been a D console. Would have been like a D, or But the fact that they put the symbols in the middle and they really kind of decked out that controller bumps it up a few points
for
me.
sure. Yeah. Now I can't tell if it's like a glossy look to it. Like if you turn the console around, like it's definitely not an engraved.
It looks matte. It looks more of like a matte.
It looks more like a
finish.
matte. Yeah.
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 All right.
I like it. It's dope.
So B, right? We're giving this one a B.
B for sure. 100%.
All right. Here we go. This is some juicy stuff coming up.
Okay.
Uncharted 4 PS4.
All right. Again, it's. What do you think? You can start off.
Color, fire. Color is fantastic.
Yeah.
Color choice. That blue is such a cool blue. But they just, again, this is that thing where they just slapped a character on that, just a sticker basically, and that was it. Definitely better than some of the other ones we've seen. But I think that this one could have been better.
Yeah, I agree. I think they did a little bit more work by kind of blowing up the image of Drake and kind of making, again, like that silhouette look to it. But I think it's literally the front cover of the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
So
Yes, it is.
it just seems very like tacked on, I guess, right? Literally tacked on. So it doesn't do much for me, but like, I agree. The color scheme is beautiful. I think the colors look great, and I think that little hint of, I don't know if it's still
Gold? I think it's
like,
gold.
is it gold or silver? Whatever it is, that's kind of like highlighting. I can't read what that says, but
Sag something. It's a saying in the game.
in the
Something
game,
like that. Yeah.
that kind of makes it stand out a little bit. And the controller, not anything crazy, not anything to
Different
go,
color.
but the color is nice, So, what do you think? Where would you put this in the tier list?
So we gave Batman. Was it a C or B? We gave Batman. Do you remember? It was one of the two.
Batman, we gave it a D.
No, I don't think we definitely didn't give it a D.
No.
Did we?
Okay, we did. I think. All right, so it must have been a C. I think it was a C then.
Yeah. So I would say this is right alongside the Batman one. I don't know why I like the Batman one more because of the color.
We should be
I
writing
really
these
like
down.
that silver.
Yeah.
So middle of the pack C. It's not awful. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I'm sticking with C.
Yeah. Because it's not a D. Yeah, it has to be a C. Yeah, you're right.
You think it's C?
Yeah. No, I think it's a C. I think it
Yeah,
can't
it
be a D.
No.
Yeah.
It's got to be middle of the pack.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. Move on. All right.
Oh boy.
500 million PS4, the PS4 Pro. I'm just gonna out and say it. This is a
Go for
banger. This is a banger
Sexy.
console. This is they knocked out of the park with this one. This is a very good looking console.
It's see-through in it, is it not?
It's see-through. It's a cool blue. They got copper in it. They don't have gold. They have copper.
Copper, dude. It looks fire. It looks fire. I like it.
It's clean. It looks like a cool collectible piece that'll just like be awesome on your, look great on your, your collection, like on a shelf.
Mm-hmm. And I think if I'm not mistaken, these are the ones that they actually engraved, like whatever console number.
Yes, they did.
Purchase it, right? So it could have been like, the 1500 or like the whatever number, like the first PS4 that they made in the manufacturing sides of it. So that's pretty cool that they actually embed the number of the system manufacturer. That's pretty cool.
Right, and also too, the controller see-through as well. So
Yeah.
that's a nice thing that they did there. again, this one tells you it's simple. This is a callback to, remember the original Xbox, right? The see-through green.
The see-through
right?
green. Yeah.
And it does really well here. And I don't know about you, but I think this is an S tier category.
Yeah, I would probably bring it into the A tier.
A versus.
You think
I'm thinking.
S?
There's nothing wrong with this console. I can't see any negatives, and it would look cool on any. You would see that and be like, "Oh, that's cool. That's a cool console." And
yeah,
I think S tier for this one, me personally. But you could bring it on to A.
I wish my only complaint.
Okay.
I think the console itself looks great. There's no issues with that. I think the controller there's not enough of the bronze to kind of. Is there a bronze? Is that color bronze in the center button on the PlayStation logo? Is that bronze?
Yes.
Okay. All right. If they added a little bit of bronze to the D-pad, like in the arrows, I think that would have brought it up a little bit more for me. It's just the little things. It's just the little things.
You're getting picky about your S tier.
I'm getting nitpicky about it because if it's S tier, like it has to be perfect. I feel like, you know what I mean. But yeah, I think S tier is good. I think that's fine.
All right, moving on.
Oh baby,
Kingdom Hearts 3. Let's go.
Let's go, dude.
All right.
I want to hear your thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to hear your thoughts on this one.
I honestly, I wish it was better.
Really?
I wish it was, and I'll tell you why. I wish it was better. It is hard to see the detail on this console because of the colors they use. It's like looking at this picture, I think they could have used like a lighter color instead of using this.
If they would have went white and then black, I think that would have probably
right,
helped, right?
Exactly. Like I think this can be overlooked. Mm-hmm. Right, as a console, if you don't know what you're looking at, again with the see-through PS4, or you knew like, oh, dope, right off the jump. This you don't, what's going on, right? If you don't know what it is, obviously it's really cool. I think they did a good job with like the different keyblades there.
Right.
But I think if they would have just made it stand out a little more, this would have been higher on my list for me. And then the controller is lacking, other than the fact that it has that touchpad in the middle with the little logo in there.
Gotcha.
I'm interested to hear what you have to say.
I have a lot to say. I think they knocked it out of the park. I agree with you with the color scheme. I think they could have done a little bit more of a contrast where they had the console white and then all the other like designs and stuff would have been black,
right? To
really like enhance like all those like, you know, small details. But if you think about it, and me thinking about this is specifically obviously for players that want a Kingdom Hearts 3 console. So all those details are there for those that really are true hardcore Kingdom Hearts fans. So to other people, they may see this and they're like, I don't know what's going on. Like, why are these hearts there? Like, what is this? What is that? But to those that play Kingdom Hearts, they know what those are, and they're like, holy shit! Like, I see like a keyblade on this side. Like, oh look, like they have those little things to nitpick, even though it is hard to see. I agree with you on that part.
Yeah, and again, I love this console. I think I like the artwork on it. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's cool because there's so much to look at, but the fact that it's very hard to see and notice, I'm gonna have to bring it down because of that compared to some of the other consoles on this list. Right?
Well, my friend, what if I told you that you're missing one little thing about this console, and I'm like 99% sure it's real. And I don't think you remember.
Is it like a sound or something that it emits or something?
No.
Does Mickey say something like when you open it?
Hiya, pal.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
So
Sora!
This. So actually, this, if I remember correctly, this came out, and these consoles are actually like padded, so it's like soft to the touch, almost like a leather feel to it. If I'm not mistaken, if you guys if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. But I'm like 95% sure that this was like a kind of like a almost like a leather touch to it, you know, like a kind of like a padding to it.
Okay.
So it's That's pretty dope. You know what I mean?
That is really, if that's true, that's really, really cool. And that will bump it up for me. I'm ready to
I'm going to say it is true, and I'm going to bump it up, in my opinion. I think this is, for me, in my opinion, this is probably like...
Don't say S tier.
I'm not going to say S tier quite. I think it's A tier for sure, though.
Okay. I'm on the fence still about it. I'm giving it B. If it is padded, I'll stick with you with the A.
Okay.
But if it's not, it's sticking in B. It's not C.
Okay.
It's definitely not C category.
No.
But it's at least a B. Maybe borderline A for me, depending on that padding. Again,
I mean, look at that Kingdom Hearts logo on the bottom left. Like, it just looks...
It's
dope.
very understated. That's your thing. Like, it's cool, but you compare it to, you know, the 500 million PS4, where it was like beautiful.
I think if they, like you said, if they changed the color and they would have had like a different contrast to it, you would have been completely sold on this, to be honest.
Right. All right. Well, let's move on. Great console.